I've signed an employment-related settlement agreement with my employer, and I'm now arranging to return its property to it. Is there anything that I'm allowed to keep? I'm Richard Hiron, also known as the Hironator, and I'm an employment law solicitor. The answer to this is partly that it relates to what is said in the settlement agreement and partly what is common sense. So taking the common sense approach first, documents relating to your employment and the way that it has ended, depending on what they are yours to keep. So things like your contract of employment, your settlement agreement, your P60s, your P45, they're all things that you're entitled to because you've been an employee and should be allowed to keep, because that's just common sense. The rest of it usually has to be returned unless there is something written in the settlement agreement to say that you can keep it. So it's often usual to see in a settlement agreement some kind of provision being made for, let's say, a company phone that you have used, or it could also be a company laptop that you have used, because they might be at that stage very low value items that the employer might not want to have back. It might be happy for you to hold on to those items, but it's still key that that is written into the settlement agreement. Otherwise, you will have breached the terms talking about the return of company property. So, in a nutshell, get it written into the settlement agreement if you want to keep it. I hope that's answered the question. In the meantime, if you're finding a settlement agreement hard, bring it to Richard.